Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to the Kathy J Show. I am Kathy J. Thank you so much for joining us. I say it all the time, but it is truly a joy to get to come into your homes and hang out with you for this half hour. So thank you, thank you, thank you for being with us and showing your support. You can always go online to kathyjshow.com to catch up on past episodes and anything else that you might have missed. So today, everybody, today is one of my coolest shows. I've been waiting for this show for so long because my life is coming full circle today with this show. My guests are my OGs, okay? We've known each other for almost 10 years, and I'm honored that they've let me into their family. It's the Global Down Syndrome Foundation, everybody. Yeah! I've loved hosting their dance parties over the years. Anything else they need me to do, I want to host it. I'm like, let me do it. Let me just be a part of it. Let me just be there with you and those people. Global is dedicated to significantly improving the lives of people with Down syndrome through research, through medical care, through education and advocacy. Please welcome Michelle C. Whitten, the co-founder, president, and CEO of the Global Down Syndrome Foundation. Wah! Oh, Michelle, thank you so much for being here. Michelle, you guys, you're going to fall in love with her as much as I am. Okay, so why did you start the Global Down Syndrome Foundation? Let's start there.
It's usually personal, and with me it was to my first child, Sophia, has Down syndrome, and I got a prenatal diagnosis when I was 19 weeks pregnant.
Okay, and and there's me hosting some of the events. That's not Sophia, but there she is. There's beautiful Sophia. Yep. So this is when you first started to be educated on what happens with women when they get that Down syndrome diagnosis when in the womb. Yeah. Will you explain to people what your options were, what doctors told you?
Oh gosh, yeah. The amnio doctor basically said my baby would die by 3 and that 80 to 90% of people terminate, that I should too. And this was 18 years ago. She's now 18.
Yay!
Yay, Sophia!
Right.
Yeah.
And so you realized, wow, there's a lot of challenges out here.
Right.
And then once you had Sophia, the challenges just began.
Yes.
There's not really a lot of good health research for people with Down syndrome. Explain what you found out.
Yeah, and I mean there is today,
Yes,
and there were some pockets, but essentially we found out that Down syndrome was one of the least funded genetic conditions by the National Institutes of Health, despite being the leading cause of developmental delay. Wow. So that was like not cool. No. And also my own personal experience, you know, kind of extrapolated and talking to people, a lot of inaccurate information was being provided to parents at the point of diagnosis, whether it's prenatal or right there when they're born.
Right.
So so there was a lot of challenges, and we decided, wow, that's the niche we want to fill, research and medical care to improve health outcomes.
Yes. And this is what I just want to say, everybody. So this is what I think is so cool, because you know how they say God kind of intervenes and says, let's, like this needs to be done. Your parents were well off and they came to you and said, how can we help you? And you said, I need research. I need things to help your grandchild. I need help.
Absolutely. And my parents are immigrants. My mom's Italian, so it's just like, my grandchild, everything's about her grandchild.
Yes.
So of course, this was going to be a big thing for them. They had just retired from the cable industry and they were like, oh, where do I put my money? I'm like, yeah, right here.
Yeah.
And so they've been so generous, so kind, and they've allowed all of this to happen, of course.
Absolutely. And what all of this to happen is you've created, there's the Siernik Institute. Yes. There is the C Institute for Down Syndrome.
C Center, right?
C Center.
Yes.
There's so much that they've done. You have 400 scientists now working on global Down syndrome.
Yes.
It's amazing what you guys are doing.
Yeah.
And that's where we're going to stop, everybody.
Yay.
So when we come back after this quick break, we're going to talk to Dr. Joaquin Espinoza. He's going to join us and go over the latest research when it comes to Down syndrome and get into why all of us are connected to it. We'll be right back. Ramos Law is an official partner of the Kathy J Show. He's a medical doctor and a lawyer. Ramos Law. What makes us different makes us better. Welcome back to the Kathy J Show, everybody. So today we are learning about people with Down syndrome and the facts and the myths about it as well. Please welcome back Michelle C. Witten. She's the co-founder, president, and CEO of the Global Down Syndrome Foundation and all-around amazing woman. Also joining us today, we have all-around amazing man. Dr. Joaquin Espinoza is here. Yay! Yay! Dr. Joaquin is an acclaimed cancer medical researcher, professor, and scientist as well. He has done everything. Thank you for being here today.
Oh, thank you for having us, Kathy.
It's awesome that you're here because you're doing so much cool work with Down syndrome. But let's start by telling everybody, what is Down syndrome?
Down syndrome is a condition caused by a difference in the genetic makeup of the baby that is born with Down syndrome. They have a little extra DNA, an extra chromosome, and that causes some differences in the way they develop. And something very interesting is that they are protected from acquiring some medical conditions, but unfortunately predisposed to others. It's very rare, Kathy, for an adult with Down syndrome to develop, say, breast cancer or prostate cancer. Now, as kids, they're more predisposed to get leukemia. Now, unfortunately, adults with Down syndrome also have a higher risk of Alzheimer's disease, for example.
Yes.
Autoimmune disorders, when the immune system attacks the body. So it is clear that if we study people with Down syndrome, of course we will benefit them first and foremost, but hopefully we'll make discoveries that will help all of us, because any of us can be affected by these medical conditions.
Yes, any of us, yes, absolutely. And so did you go in, so you went in just wanting to help people with Down syndrome, correct? And then
well, I was recruited by Michelle C. Witten and her family to this wonderful cause. And very importantly, they provided the resources so that we can do advanced research. And also she did a wonderful job in Washington, D.C. to advocate for more funding from the federal government, from the National Institutes of Health. So today, Kathy, is a new age in Down syndrome research. We have a lot more funding than we used to have. We can really see the discoveries coming through, and then the benefits for people with Down syndrome out of those discoveries.
Absolutely, and you have about 2,000 people with Down syndrome that are helping you, correct, with all of your research?
Correct. So the CIS Center for Down syndrome at Children's Hospital, Colorado, has provided medical care to 2,000 or so kids with Down syndrome, one of the largest pediatric centers for Down syndrome. We also have research at the Cyrenaic Institute. This is all at the University of Colorado, where hundreds of participants with Down syndrome and their families have helped the research by giving us blood, saliva, biospecimens, also access to the medical records. And that participation is leading to discoveries that now is helping them.
And I think it's all combined, because they wouldn't, I don't think, have been as trustworthy if it hadn't have come through the Global Down Syndrome Foundation.
Absolutely.
Because of the love and what they immediately show up with. I mean, you show up like a soldier. Like when Global comes, they come full force. And so I think automatically everyone is like, yes, I will gladly give you my blood or my saliva so we can find a
absolutely.
help.
This is a great partnership between the advocacy organization, the medical doctors at the CIS Center providing the medical care, and then the scientists at the Cyrenaic Institute doing the discoveries. Working all together, we create great synergy in benefit of people with Down syndrome.
Oh yes, no, it's amazing. It's amazing. So this is where we have to take another break. But thank you very much. And one more thing, it's not a disease; it's a condition.
It's not. And we don't want to cure it, but we want to treat the ill effects of that extra chromosome so that they have better, longer lives.
Yes, that's exactly right. Longer lives, everybody. Okay, thank you, Michelle. I know she's talks so much, everybody. Thank you, Dr. Espinoza. All right, so when we come back after the break, we have TV personality and artist Megan Bomgaars is here. We love her so much. She's going to share her story and how the Global Down Syndrome Foundation has helped her. We'll be right back. Kathy J. Oakwood Homes is an official partner of the Kathy J Show. Oakwood Homes, building happiness. And welcome back to the Kathy J Show, everybody. You might recognize my guest from A&E's Emmy Award-winning show, reality show, Born This Way. She's also an author. She was on the #1 best-selling list. Public speaker, artist, entrepreneur, so many things. And Megan Bomgaars is here, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
I love it. Okay, so hi, Megan. How are you?
I'm doing great.
I'm so happy to have you here. So tell us about your involvement with the Global Down Syndrome Foundation.
I love Michelle and the team of the Global. I do support because I did a lot of research for them. I have a lot of medical things that I was diagnosed with for a long time ago. I have a celiac disease, so Dr. Espinosa has been working on that for people to be just like me.
Yeah.
So the Global Down Syndrome Foundation, they're important to you because they're helping you live a better life.
Yes, and to live a longer life.
Absolutely. Do you live on your own?
I used to for college, but I took a swell stop to take another big dream for my book, Born to Sparkle.
Everybody for her book. It's on Amazon's best-selling list. So you are also a model. You've been a model for the fashion show, the Be Beautiful, Be Yourself fashion show.
I have.
Yeah. So tell us about that. Is that what you like to do the most? What do you?
Yes, I have. I love doing the one way. I love meeting all the celebrities and with. I don't want to say Max Steamy, but I love you, Eric Dane. I just have a little crush on you, but it's all good.
Eric Dane. Is she talking about Eric Dane?
Yes.
Okay, she cannot stop talking about Eric Dane. Her mother is over there going, why won't she stop talking about Eric Dane? You met him once.
Yes, I did.
They hung out a lot.
Okay,
Yes, we have.
all of the wonderful celebrities that come to the Be Beautiful, Be Yourself fashion show, it's Eric Dane that's staying with you, huh?
Yes, of course, because I watch him a lot on Grey's Anatomy. So he's a good doctor on Grey's Anatomy, but
Yes, yes.
Espinosa is the best doctor here in Colorado.
And he's a real doctor too.
That's right. Yes.
That's awesome.
Okay, so do you want to own a business? Is that what I see here?
Yes, I do.
Okay, what kind of business?
I am I am very ambitious person. I am a boss babe now and a boss lady.
Oh no, okay, yes.
I want to be a home designer and decorator and to start a wine business to make people happy.
Start a wine business to make people happy.
Yes, I do.
How do you know? Yes, that absolutely makes sense.
I was like,
Yes.
I'd be happy.
Yeah, that's really great for me.
And now, Michelle, your daughter Sophia is 18.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Yes, she is.
She's
Wow, a teenager. Watch out.
Yes.
there she is. I can't believe how big
Wow.
she's gotten. She's amazing.
Yes, very tall.
Yes, she
Yes.
is. So tell us what it's like being the mother of a person with Down syndrome.
Yeah, well, I also have a son who's typical, so I would say it's like the same because they're teenagers.
Yeah, they're teenagers.
typical.
Can you do anything on time? Get out the door to school. Don't get a demerit.
And don't go to parties with boys.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh. Well, she can go with her boyfriend
Yeah, of
Sam.
course,
He's a super
Yeah.
sweet guy.
Of course.
Excuse me?
Yeah, yeah.
Sophia has a boyfriend?
She does.
What?
He's a sweetheart.
Wow.
They've been dating for a couple of years now.
I love that.
Yeah,
Did she meet him at school?
She met him in preschool.
Oh, wow.
Oh my.
Preschool. Oh, man.
Preschool.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah,
Michelle.
yeah. But they didn't start dating then. No.
Oh,
Okay. We
okay.
didn't allow it back then.
I don't
yeah.
know.
Yeah.
As a parent of a person with Down syndrome,
Yes.
there's ups and downs.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And there's communication issues
Yeah.
here and there.
Yes, there
Is
are.
there any advice you might have for parents out
Yeah.
there to hold
Yeah,
it down?
I think, while they're more alike than different and your experience is going to have a lot of the same kind of cadence, there are more health challenges. And then when you get to school, you're constantly on top of things, in terms of things need to be modified.
Yes.
How are they being treated?
Independently.
And also not being bullied, right?
Yeah,
You've
and
talked
bullied.
a lot about that.
Yes,
and
and
being
bullies, of
kept
course,
down. Like she
yes.
did this great thing, Don't Limit Me. Yeah,
Yes.
people tend to limit people
Absolutely.
with Down syndrome.
Yeah.
So there's all that. And again, for us, that research medical care is like, if they're not healthy, how can they reach their potential?
Mm-hmm.
a
And
lot
how
of
to take
times-
care of themselves.
Yes.
Exactly. And
me.
that whole health thing.
Yeah.
So longevity, improved health outcomes. Yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure. And
Yeah.
that's really what you want to show everybody is, people with Down syndrome can live beautiful, healthy lives.
Yes.
And thanks to the research, we do want to give a special shout out to Jamie Foxx and
Oh, gosh.
and
That's
his
right,
sister
Jamie Foxx.
Deandra.
Yes.
Now Deandra was a huge
Yeah,
part of
Dixon.
Global.
Yes, of course.
And she still is.
Yeah.
She still is, and she passed away
She's a
in
boss.
October of last year. She's the boss.
She's
That's
the boss.
Boss,
Yeah.
Deandra. We
Yeah.
love you.
We love you.
Yes, we
Yeah.
love you. And Jamie Foxx is such a big part of Global,
Yes.
as well as Quincy Jones.
Yep.
So many people that we were never aware had people that with Down syndrome in their family. I mean, did you find it hard, Michelle? Like when you put it out there, and you started saying, "I need people to help Global." Were you surprised at how many celebrities jumped in and said yes because of connections to people with Down syndrome, or just in general?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you have John C. McGinley, you have Katerina Scorsone, you have Kevin and Matt Dillon. You know, there's so many people. Beverly Johnson, right? You know,
and Terrence Howard.
Yeah. Well, Terrence Howard, I don't know if he has a relative, but like he was there for us.
Oh, you're remembering Terrence Howard.
Exactly.
He does have
Terrence Howard
with Downs too.
Yes. Oh, he does.
Yes, he
okay.
does.
I didn't realize that. Thanks for sharing. So, so I think they really have shown up and really helped us.
Yes.
And, you know, I think Deandra, it was just shocking to us. It was unexpected. And of course, the family is still, you know, grieving. I don't know how you come out the other end.
And I never met the family.
Yeah,
so,
losing an adult child.
And I used to have a crush on her brother.
On Jamie? I think we all have had a crush on Jamie. And then when you meet him, the crush gets stronger.
Yes. And I wanted to marry him. Like,
well, that's a little bit more than a crush, maybe a little obsession, but I think it's,
I can't help myself.
I know.
Yeah, but Megan, what would you would like to tell other people out there that are watching that have Down syndrome? What would you like to say to them?
Actually, there's a lot of people that are just like me, us myself. I know that they don't know how to speak or how to speak clear, or maybe they don't talk or to communicate. Some parents have difficult to talk to their kids and to talk to the child. But I think for me is to say don't limit yourself or don't limit me.
Don't limit me.
And just to watch my video on YouTube called Don't Limit Me. And to watch the clip of the show, I'm born this way.
Born this way, you can read your book. Absolutely.
But it is true. It's the person themselves not limiting themselves, but also the parent. You were talking about the parents and the society, you know, limiting us. And so basically her message is, you know, really loud and clear, like don't limit yourself, don't limit me as a person with Down syndrome.
Don't limit any of us.
But sometimes there are problems, like, you know, what we've seen in the African American community is that the lifespan could be as low as 36 versus a Caucasian, which is 60. And we really need to work with the National Institutes of Health
to get
to
more
understand
research.
that and to change that for good.
And to get help.
Yeah,
right.
we need to change that.
Right, and that's where we're going to stop here, everybody, for the commercial break, because when we come back, I'm going to tell you about the single largest event happening in the world, and it's the biggest fundraiser for the Global Down Syndrome Foundation. We'll be right back. Kathy J. The Colorado Lottery is an official partner of the Kathy J Show. Colorado Lottery, play on. Welcome back to the Kathy J Show, everybody. So we've been talking about Global Down Syndrome and all of the amazing, the Global Down Syndrome Foundation, and all of the amazing things that they do. They've raised over $32 million to put back into research for Down syndrome. And now, everybody, it's the Be Beautiful, Be Yourself fashion show that's going to be happening November 12th. Yay! And this is our chance, everybody, to support Global and everything happening. November 13th, I'm sorry. 13th.
Saturday.
November 13th, Saturday. So this is what happens at the fashion show. It will be virtual this year, everybody, so there's a chance for more of us to join it. Michelle, tell everybody about this event. It is fabulous.
It is amazing. We have Quincy Jones, and he has 2 Exceptional Advocacy Award winners. This year it's our John Lynch, who's now at the 49ers, right? Wonderful Hall of Famer.
Right.
We still get to claim him.
Yeah, we claim him. Oh my gosh,
guy.
absolutely. And then we have Brian Russell Majica from Peru, the first person to run for political office who has Down syndrome.
Awesome.
It's amazing. And then we have Sarah Bareilles.
Love her.
Yeah, zooming in, and she's going to tell us, it's like a big reveal, her relationship to the Down syndrome community.
Really?
Yeah. She's got really deep ties, which we didn't know, like talking about that.
Yes.
And then we have 2 ambassadors from Texas who were both adopted from Bulgaria, who happen to have Down syndrome. Archie and Sevi Eicher.
Yes,
Oh my gosh.
yes.
And we also have some Disney folks coming for the first time.
Do you really?
Miranda May and Peyton List. And so like a lot of our audience is getting very excited about that. And then of course the Broncos.
Yes,
Oh,
right.
yes, I
And
love
you
the
can't forget
Broncos,
him.
that's for sure.
Oh yeah, Justin. Brandon is being amazing. He's getting like Troy Guard involved for a live auction item. So the Broncos are great. We've got the Colorado Rockies. We've got Kellen Acosta from the Rapids.
Yes.
So we got a lot of sports people, but then we've got all of the celebrities like John C. McGinley and Beverly Johnson, the Dylans, and
Quincy
the list goes on.
Jones.
Yes.
Quincy
Yeah,
Jones, we love
So
you.
the Quincy Jones award is going to John Lynch, which
Yeah,
is
and-
so cool.
and Brian
And
Russell.
Brian
Yes.
Russell, very cool.
Yeah.
And the event is virtual, everybody, and it's such a fun event. It's just,
Yeah.
and I have to tell you, you gotta be a part of the event because it's fun to see everybody. It's fun to see everybody dancing and enjoying themselves. But you guys have one of the best live auctions I've ever had.
Thank
like,
you.
They
Yeah.
come with it
Yeah.
for the auction. You heard all of the celebrities that she's naming.
Yeah.
Imagine what kind of things they have at that auction.
Yeah.
Tickets start at just $25, everybody.
Yeah.
You can reserve your spot or make a donation to this wonderful foundation online. BeBeautifulBeYourself.org, everybody. Thank you so much, Michelle.
Thank
you so
you.
much, Megan.
Yay.
Thank you so much, Dr. Joaquin Espinoza. Thank you. You guys have been amazing.
Yeah. You're amazing, Kathy.
I love
we
you.
couldn't do it without her.
BeBeautifulBeYourself.org. Have a good one, everybody. November 13th. Thank you so
And
much.
open those wallets, please.
That's right, Megan.
Open those wallets.